In today's video, we're going to dive in deeper, guys. We're going to take a look at this gold trade, another winning trade with gold. And basically, I'm just going to break it down for you guys. So with that being said, let's dive right in, guys. Okay, so what did I see? As you guys could see, we had three beautiful trades in the past week with gold. You guys could see this one here, this one here, and this one here. All of these three trades I actually took live, and I left my charts overnight so that you guys could take these trades for absolutely free. So if you haven't joined in my free Telegram group, guys, I don't know what you're doing, but make sure you guys check out my free Telegram. The link is in the video description below. We have an amazing free community on there. And I also have my VIP inner circle for those that really want to be able to follow through with my trade ideas and analysis. The links is in the video description below with my live Zoom calls as well. So guys, how did I catch this? Make sure whatever you're doing, guys, make sure you set aside some time and actually watch this video to the end, because I'm telling you, after watching this video, you're actually going to have a better understanding of how I approach the markets. And trust me, the more and more you look at the videos, the more and more you're going to get familiar with the way I look at the markets. Okay, so we always start with the bigger picture. It's always important to understand where we are in the higher time frames, because that's going to help us understand the overall direction. Okay, so now let me just clear my drawings and understand what I saw. So I know that, for example, in the bigger picture, obviously we are in an upwards momentum. Okay, so that is something that we already know. However, we also did break below this area, which this is an area that I did have in mind. So this is a level of previous level resistance over here on the left and future level support right over there. We broke below that area. So I know that most likely I was looking for potential sell opportunities. Now that we broke below this area here, okay, we broke below it and we also kind of retested a little bit. I know that most likely we're in this downwards momentum. Even though it's short term and longer term, we are in an upwards kind of, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher high, right? I still knew that most likely shorter term, which is current price action, we were looking for shorting opportunities. Okay, great. Narrowed it down to the 4-hour time frame. And this is where I started to see, a potential opportunity here. So not only did I notice that price had retested this area, so it broke below this area, retested it. In the past, from this area, we had a level of supply where price came up to this level of structure, rejected, gave us a huge impulse to the downside. So every time price came up, look what happened. Boom, we saw a beautiful rejection. Price came up again, what happened? Boom, we got a beautiful rejection, right? So if we go back, okay, and if we go down to like the 1 hour, we could go to the 1 hour and just kind of break this down here. When I saw price come to this area, I knew most likely when we saw price come back up to these highs, most likely we were going to see a beautiful rejection of this level structure. And then what I did, because obviously this was overnight, if you look over here, the timing, this was 6 a.m., boom, and then we saw a capitulation to the downside. I told you guys yesterday in the live stream, I said, most likely price is going to come back up to this area of supply, and then we're going to see a beautiful rejection of that area. And if you notice, right, this is really what I saw before. And I said for London session, we may be coming back up to this area, kind of consolidate for a little bit, and then we'll see price come back down. And most likely my target areas that I had, you can go back and watch the live stream, guys, was this area here. That was my target low, this main level of demand down here. But also obviously I knew that my short-term levels were this area here. That was my area of interest, shorter term, right? So these are my levels. I have it marked off. Not only did I notice that price was also in this downwards momentum, but the 200 moving average was also trading well above price. So we're also now coming to a potential area of supply where I knew that price was coming up to this area, most likely going to reject it. Already rejected once, twice, and now a third time. There's a higher probability chance that most likely when price came back up to this level of supply, we're going to see an instant rejection, or at least some sort of a small consolidation and then an instant rejection to the downside, right? So if we actually play this out, I remember this was, so if we look at the timestamps here, that was 4 a.m. Yeah, so the live stream was around here. But when I did the live stream was around this area here. So I said, okay, most likely we're going to see an impulse up here. London session, we'll see it consolidate a little bit, and then New York open, we'll see it probably capitulate to the downside. Now, if we kind of play this out, because you can see it on the other charts, let's say I would have entered here, I would have just put my stop loss just a tad bit above these highs. So let's say even like 35 pips. Usually with gold, the max amount I'm going to do is 40 pip stop loss. I don't like to do more, just because at that point, then I might as well just wait, or it's just not my ideal trade setup. So obviously my first kind of target area would have been here, which was 34 pips, but my first like actual main area where I'd say, okay, longer term, this is where I think it's going to go, was 77 pips at this area at 1922.3. And then my next area target would have been here, which was 139 pips. And then my final target was 167 pips. So if I let this play out, you're going to see how price went exactly as expected. Beautiful, beautiful trade setup. And then look at this price. Do you see how price, not only did it hit smash or take profit one, but price came back up again, team. So even though we got the rejection, so pay close attention, because this actually happens a lot more often than not, where price will kind of break below, but it'll always come back up to these highs, or at least this retest area, and retest it at least once or twice, guys. Believe it or not, it actually happens way more often than you would think. So this was beautiful re-entry opportunities, but I knew that longer term, I was still looking at gold to capitulate. So let's go back. Let's go to this gold screen. Look at this, guys. Look at my analysis. Exactly what I was telling you about, right? Longer term, look at break, retest, look, come back up. This was my target one. This happened. You guys could literally go back and watch in the live streams. It actually did happen, right? This wasn't something that I'm just making up right now. This is actually a trade setup that I had planned out for quite some time. Anyways, look, it already kind of replayed it, I guess, because I went on the other screen. But look, price went exactly as expected, well over 167 pips in our favor, guys. And look at this, barely any draw. Well, there was drawdown. There was a little bit of drawdown here. However, we literally are stop loss to the T, right? Price respected this area of supply. So we saw a beautiful capitulation to the downside. So had you have done one full lot, one simple full lot, 167 pips, guys, that's a $1,670 profit over one trade, just like that. Now, believe me, I know that sometimes it can be a lot more difficult and this sounds much more simpler, but in reality is when you don't really complicate things and you look at it from the bigger picture, you stick with just clean market structure, you will see these type of trade ups happen more often than not. Now, another time I would have said, hey, you know, we're kind of shifting into a range. This is the high of the range, the low of the range, all that type of stuff, right? That is important because you just understand market structure. But this is also important to understand areas of supply and demand because this will really help you with your trading, but also understanding kind of where we're at in the market too, right? I knew that even though longer term, like on the daily and the weekly, we were looking at buying opportunities, the 4 hour and the 1 hour was still looking bearish, right? So that was my area of significance or my kind of target area that I was, you know, looking for, right? That was important to me. So that's pretty much it, guys. We were able to profit over 167 pips. Beautiful. Literally a 40 pip stop loss, a 4.1 risk reward ratio. Price went exactly as expected. So yeah, if you're looking to catch trades like this, guys, I know you're capable, you're smart and intelligent enough, guys. All it really takes is patience, discipline, and practicing, putting into practice all this type of stuff. But it's important to understand that I didn't use any fancy indicator. I didn't use any fancy software, anything like that. I really just focused on market structure, direction, higher time frames, and just focusing on current price action, right? So it is possible, guys. And I want you to know that I'm here for you. I want you to know that this is a community you can count on, and make sure you're connected. If you haven't subscribed already, or maybe you're new to the family, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you connect to the family. You know, comment below. Don't be shy. I read every single comment. I connect with as much of our family members as possible. But we've surpassed 4,000 subscribers. Our family's growing day by day, guys. So yeah, I want you to know that you're welcome here. And I know how, you know, trading can be lonely at times. I want you to know that you don't have to do it alone. And that's why you have this community here. So join La Familia, guys. I'm excited to have you guys here. And I'm excited to see you in the next video. As you know, we post every single week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye for now.